What do you have in there?
Why do people keep underestimating her?
Matlock would have been very disappointed with Senator Kennedy. He of Oxford fame, and also, of course, John Kerry supporter. You don't ask the question if you don't know the answer, especially if you're trying to set somebody up like him. And I'll tell you something else, and maybe it was just the seersucker suits that made him so darn polite with his witnesses. But Senator Kennedy, he of Oxford fame and former John Kerry supporter, he kept trying to throw her off. He kept trying to interrupt her. She would excuse
me, we've got an audio problem.
He's got to explain it. He'd cut her off. It just, seriously, this guy, I guess they don't teach Matlock at Oxford, because he sure made a mess of things for himself, didn't he, Willie?
That was the definition of getting more than you bargained for, as Stacey Abrams calmly and coolly took through a lot more than he thought she knew, perhaps, Gene Robinson. And it went on like that for a long time. Stacey Abrams was confronted by Senator Kennedy, but also Ted Cruz and other Republicans about her own race in 2018, asking her about other laws in other states. You got the sense perhaps there was some frustration that because of Stacey Abrams largely, that they no longer hold the majority in that body, do Republicans.
Yeah, exactly. And so they wanted to go after her. But you would think that they would have learned by now that if you're going to mess with Stacey Abrams, you better come correct. You better come with more than our faux Matlock had yesterday. That was a riot. I was thinking the same thing, that there's obviously something they don't teach at the Oxford Debating Union about dealing with powerful, intelligent people who are just going to. I mean, she mowed him down basically, and it was highly entertaining to watch.
Well, actually, it was a really great example for anybody who's sort of figuring out how do women develop their voices in this sea of how men do what they do. She was elegant, she was measured, she kept coming back, and she mowed him down without lifting a finger.
She had information.
But my big question for Sam Stein is, or for anybody on this panel, is why in the world does anybody keep underestimating this woman? If you think about it, in terms of the way she turned out the vote in Georgia, the way she turned out the vote saved our country. If you had any concern about Trump, I mean, this woman's not to be messed with in any way, shape, or form. And he was acting as if he was dealing with some like neophyte. He was condescending. He was arrogant. He was a moron.